1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock.
In 1955, Johnny Cooper beat Bill Haley to release Rock Around the Clock in New Zealand.
Rock around the clock tonight.
2 years later, he wrote Pie Cart Rock and Roll, our first original rock and roll recording.
I wrote it for a pie cart that used to be just outside of my shows. And I bribed him, you see. I said, if I write a song about a pie cart, would I have free feeds here? And he said, okay, that's a deal.
When I was young, I had a dream.
In 1957, Johnny Cooper discovered a young singer called Johnny Devlin.
To see New Zealand's beauty and make that dream come true.
Well, when I was a young kid, still going to school, of course we had to put up with Dean Martin and lots of country and western music. They only had one hit parade, which used to come over, the Lever Hit Parade, every Thursday, and we'd listen to it as the Devlin family. And then suddenly rock and roll came along, and that was it for me. Because there was something about the music, the beat and everything else. It was a revolution of music, of course. It was stronger and beatier. And I can remember at high school, one day I was thinking to myself, America's got Elvis Presley, England has got Cliff Richard, Australia had Johnny O'Keefe. I thought New Zealand really needs someone. I'd love to become New Zealand's answer to Elvis Presley. And so I made my mind up then, that's what I wanted to be, and that's what I became. Couldn't understand why they were screaming. The first thing I thought was I must have left my fly undone. So I turned my back to the audience and just checked and made sure the fly wasn't undone.
Johnny Devlin was the king of rock and roll in New Zealand. He was it with his leopard skin suits and toured with the Beatles. And I'm still a fan of JD's. Yeah, I talk to him on the phone quite a bit. He always tries to get me to go on tour with him. It was very difficult in New Zealand, especially in Christchurch, because very conservative. Like you went into the city and you wore hats and gloves and sort of things like that. So it was a very conservative time.
Shake it up!
Luckily, Christchurch was also home to Operation Deep Freeze. The American Airmen base there brought in the latest records, and Max Merritt and Ray Columbus lapped them up. By '64, the Beatles had toured, and Merritt, Columbus and Dinah Lee had all moved to Auckland. Backed by Max Merritt and the Meteors, Dinah had it all: the voice, the dance moves and the look, which she borrowed from a model called Jackie.
And I saw Jackie there and I said, gee, I like your look, give it to me. So she took me around the back, proceeded to cut my hair into the Dinah Lee bob, painted my eyes the black look. My whole personality completely changed. I went, yeah, baby, this is fantastic. Mothers hated me, because the daughters would get the Dinah Lee haircut and I want to look like Dinah Lee. They hated me.
She's a mod, she's a mod.
She's a Mod, the clip, that was the breakthrough for us internationally when we did Bandstand in Australia. And I remember the director coming down, it's always sort of like God calling down from the boondocks, and he said, "Fix that idiot's hair." And I said, "Excuse me, sir, the Mod's Nod dance I created for the song, and the shaking here, it's all part of it. That's part of the thing. I created this dance." And he said, "Oh, okay."
TV also made stars of two teenage sisters from Auckland.
We had to be pushed on. Both of us had our legs like jelly. It was terrible, but I was terrified I was going to forget the words. And anyway, we went on and we smiled, and everyone was smiling back and grinning and, egging us on sort of thing. And then next minute it was all over and, and everyone was talking about it.
The Chicks.
I've got something on my mind, and it's all about the boy I left behind.
There was nothing on the radio vaguely, you know, that you could tap your foot to and enjoy until Radio Hauraki came along. They did support New Zealand artists, which was so fantastic, and we supported them too. We used to sing all their ads on the radio station for nothing.
All their jingles.
All their jingles. Top of the dial was one, wasn't it?
Radio Hauraki.
Hauraki.
Top of the dial.
Yeah.
Top of, and I'd do a harmony to that.
The 60s also gave us the Howard Morrison Quartet, Tui Teka and his Māori Volcanics. And as the decade came to an end, a new form of rock and roll was emerging in clubs up and down the country. It was darker, increasingly psychedelic, and cover versions were giving way to original material. The 70s were knocking on the door.